What's up, Warriors? Today on Golden Girls Game Plan, we're covering another potential threat in 2025. You've heard the warnings. An economic collapse is coming, and no industry is safe, especially real estate. In this video, we're diving into the worst-case scenario for the housing market during a global depression. Think your property is your safe haven? Think again. The last Great Depression wiped out wealth overnight, and if you're not ready, history is about to repeat itself. Stay till the end for critical strategies to protect yourself before it's too late. Let's get to it. First off, let's shatter a common misconception. Real estate isn't a guaranteed safe investment in a global depression. In fact, the housing market could be one of the first dominoes to fall. When people lose jobs and income, they can't afford mortgages or rent. Foreclosures spike, property values plummet, and suddenly your biggest asset becomes your biggest liability. Don't believe me? Look back at 2008. Now imagine something much worse. Let's break it down. When the economy crashes, here's what happens to real estate mass foreclosures. When people can't make their mortgage payments, banks seize properties. This flood of foreclosed homes drives down property values across the board, plummeting property values. During the Great Depression, property values dropped by as much as 50%. If you're sitting on equity, that equity could vanish overnight. Rental market collapse? You might think, I'll just rent out my property. But in a global depression, people are struggling to pay rent too. Vacancy rates skyrocket and rents drop dramatically, leaving you with less income and more headaches. Now let's talk worst-case scenario. Imagine this. You're holding onto your property thinking it's going to be your lifeline, and then the housing bubble bursts. Your property value drops by 30, 40, even 50%. You owe more on your mortgage than your home is worth. You're underwater, and the banks aren't cutting anyone any slack. Worse, you can't sell because no one's buying. In this scenario, the real estate market becomes a trap for millions. Okay, let's talk about how to avoid becoming a victim of the housing market collapse. Here are the strategies you need to start implementing right now. Build equity aggressively. Pay down your mortgage as quickly as possible. The more equity you have, the better positioned you'll be if the market crashes. If your home's value drops, you want to make sure you're not underwater. Diversify your assets. Don't rely solely on real estate. Spread your investments across different asset classes. Precious metals, stocks, bonds, or even cash flow generating businesses. Diversification is key to surviving any economic downturn. Lock in fixed rate mortgages. If you're still on an adjustable rate mortgage, switch to a fixed rate one now. When interest rates rise during a depression, those adjustable rates can skyrocket, leaving you with payments you can't afford. Rent wisely. If you're a landlord, screen your tenants carefully. Focus on tenants with stable, recession-resistant jobs, and don't over-leverage your rental properties. Make sure your cash flow can cover your expenses, even if rents drop. So what if you're already over-leveraged? You've got too much debt and not enough equity. Here's the tough love. It's time to get real about your situation and take action. Downsize. Now, if you're sitting in a house that's too expensive for your income level, sell it before the market crashes. Yes, it's painful, but losing 10% on a sale now is better than losing 50% later. Refinance while you can. If your credit is still good, refinance your mortgage to lower your monthly payments. This buys you more breathing room in case your income takes a hit. Build an emergency fund. Liquid cash is king in a depression. If you don't have an emergency fund that covers at least 6 months of living expenses, start building one now. You'll need it when things get tight. Now let's get real about security. When things go south, crime goes up. If you're not protecting your home, you're putting everything you've worked for at risk. Here's what you need to do to secure your property. Upgrade your security system. Install security cameras, alarm systems, and reinforce all entry points. Make it as difficult as possible for anyone to break into your home. Join a neighborhood watch. Community matters. Get to know your neighbors and start a neighborhood watch. Look out for each other, share resources, and keep an eye on suspicious activity. Defend your property. If you're comfortable, invest in home defense tools. This could be anything from pepper spray to firearms. Just make sure you're trained and prepared to use them responsibly. Fortify your perimeter. Fences, gates, and even thorny bushes around windows can help deter potential intruders. Make your home a hard target. Criminals tend to go for the easiest opportunities. Let's recap what you need to do to survive a real estate collapse during a global depression. Build equity aggressively. Pay down your mortgage. Diversify your assets. Don't rely solely on real estate. Lock in fixed-rate mortgages. Protect yourself from rising interest rates. Downsize and refinance if you're over-leveraged. Secure your home, upgrade security, join a neighborhood watch, and defend your property. Here's your bonus tip. Don't get emotionally attached to your property. If selling it means saving yourself from financial ruin, do it. Your home is just an asset. It's not worth sacrificing your financial security for. And if you happen to own 2 homes, sell the one with the most equity and use that as your financial cushion. So what's your strategy for protecting your home during a global depression? Drop it in the comments below. I want to hear how you're preparing. That's it for today, warriors. Don't get caught off guard if the real estate market collapses. Take action now, protect your assets, and be ready for whatever comes next. If you found this video helpful, smash that like and subscribe button, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and check out our blog on gggameplan.com for more in-depth survival strategies for 2025. Let's prepare together, and as always, be fearless, be still, and know